Hey guys, it's Junior here. Today we're going to be talking about the new season coming up for Rainbow Six Siege called Phantom Sight, Year 4 Season 2. We have received many leaks and trailers from Ubisoft and other YouTubers around, and I'm just going to do kind of a news roundup for everything. I'll be talking about the new attacking operator named Knock, the new defending operator named Warden, the Glossary rework, the Cafe rework, the isolation of Clash, Claymores, and deployable shields for the rest of the season, I'm assuming, the actual deployable shield rework, and the new rank system coming into play, which is gonna replicate what Pro League is. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the clips of everything, and then we'll get into discussing it. So we're going to go ahead and start off talking about Knock. Knock has what's called the Hell Presence Reduction. So it's what it says below that is counter intel that wipes Knock's image from observation tools and reduces her noise with exceptions. So what I'm assuming is that what it means by exceptions is thermal. So Evil Eyes and bulletproof cams will still be able to counter her and see her. But any normal cams like default cams, Valkyrie, or anything like that won't be able to. When it comes to people like Echo, I'm going to assume she'd be really good for planning because she'd be invisible to his drone. So what we're going to do now is talk about her loadout. So before I go on and talk about her loadout, I just want to say that currently right now is being talked about that all these guns are placeholders. I don't want anyone to panic over an FMG9 on attack. So as of right now, as of the current leaks, it says she has the FMG9, which is Smoke's automatic weapon, the 612 ST, which is Legion's shotgun, the 5.7 USG, which is the FBI SWAT pistol, and the D50 being Blackbeard's. And I've also been told it can be suppressed. I don't know if that's true or not. Like I said, these could just be placeholder guns, but we're just gonna take it with a grain of salt, as Matimia says, and just assume that these could all change. But for sure, the FMG9 is getting a new hollow sight, as in the one that Mozzie has on his gun currently. But if this is the gun she has, I feel like it would probably even her out pretty well and balance her due to the fact that these guns aren't very good besides the D50. But the FMG9 doesn't hit too extremely hard. It doesn't have a lot of recoil, but it still doesn't hit hard, so that's kind of like where it makes up for it. And the 612 is a pretty good shotgun, but it also won't be stupid overpowered, kind of like the SASG could be with an operator like her. She has a Claymore and a breaching charge. We'll talk about Claymores here in a second when we talk about the isolations, but breaching charges I could not really see being useful for her due to the fact that she's kind of just meant to be more silent and getting into the building undetected by cams. So I guess maybe Claymore would be your best bet. But we're going to go on and talk about Warden, and the exact same thing goes for Warden. He has the same guns as other people, but we just don't know if it's true yet. So Warden has what are called the Glance Smart Glasses. The description says, eyewear that improves visibility and smoke while standing still. Can also be activated to protect against or reduce flash blindness. So I'll admit myself that this sounds pretty cool. He's basically like a glass on defense that's going to be really useful for preventing smoke plants. Best example would be Chalet downstairs in the garage, stopping plants on the trash can from the mirror. That sounds absolutely perfect, especially when they have a glass. We finally have someone who can counter glass really well, even though glass is getting nerfed, which is something we'll talk about later on in the video. But one thing that kind of confuses me is the protect against or reduce flash blindness. So I don't know if that goes with, like, it only reduces flash blindness a little bit to Yings, but full protection to like flashbangs. I'm just not sure what the exceptions are. Who he completely counters, we'll just have to wait and see. But as of right now, his guns that are displayed as of right now, which could change, are the M590A1, which is currently Smoke, Mutes, Thatcher's, and Sledge's shotgun. The MPX, which is Valkyrie's. The P10C handgun, which is currently Clash's, who's also being isolated, which we'll talk about. And the SMG-12, which is Vigil's and Dokaibi's, which is probably one of the worst SMGs in my opinion, but just my opinion. He also gets a deployable shield, which will be the new deployable shield, which is going to be interesting for him, especially considering the fact that he can sit behind the shield, see through it, and see any smoke plant basically. And he also has barbed wire. So for someone like Warden, I would honestly pick the shield. For as useful as barbed wire is, the shield is just really useful for him, especially with the smoke plants. You can just hide behind and see through it. I don't think he's going to be too overpowered, especially with the guns that he has as of right now. But I know there was also a leak about a KSG, so that could be coming into the game. That'd be pretty cool to see. But like I said, as of right now, this is just kind of all speculation. We don't know if this is all true or not. We don't know if those are his actual guns. But in his teaser trailer, he was holding an MPX, so we'll just have to wait and see what we get. I know a lot of people are upset that they aren't bringing any new guns, but it's kind of interesting to see them reuse guns like this, especially because he'll be the first 3 armor to have this type of, like, these types of guns. So I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, just see what happens. But that's it for the operators. Now we're going to go step over and talk about the Glossary rework, which I actually have videos about. So it says here, in order to use the OTS-03 scope at maximum efficiency, glass players will not have to stand still. Moving in any direction will progressively cause the bright yellow color to fade out. Extra information will also be displayed on the side of the scope. In the original operator design, Glass was supposed to be a long-range operator, but his ability has turned out to be underwhelming and rarely used. Therefore, the OTS-03 scope, receiving the ability to see through smokes while operators were highlighted in bright yellow. These additions made Glass frustrating to play against. He became a very strong close-range operator, which was the season that Bartlett was introduced, when he would get 2-tap people basically. He excels at pushing towards the objective while being visually hidden. It's often difficult to counter him effectively, which is, I'm assuming, why they're dropping Warden as well. So basically the rest they say is that they don't like the playstyle that Glass is currently used as, because now he's just used for mainly a entry frag while no one can really fight back, which is another, like I've said, another reason they're probably dropping Warden. I think this is a pretty good nerf, because Glaz definitely should be more of a supportive operator rather than like an entry fragging operator. That's why we have operators like Ash and, you know, IQ and stuff like that. But no, I think this is definitely a good change for him. I think this is probably going to drop his pick rate a lot, and I think there's other things they could have done, like removing his smokes probably would have been okay. But it's not my game. This is what they want to do. That's fine. So now we're going to hop over and talk about the cafe rework. So they actually talked about the cafe rework at the 6 invitationals, but they never really went too far with it. But actually, as of right now, there's a leaked video of it. I'll put the link down in the description below, but I'm just kind of showing you what they gave us at the 6 invitationals. So showing us how they're reworking all of the top floor bars, how they're going to be working the main lobby, how they're going to be working a few other sites, just some little here and there. Like I said, I'll put the actual video that I found in the description below. A lot of people were hyped for this part right here. But I'll just put the video down below of everything else that I saw. It's actually pretty interesting. It also has a little bit of knock gameplay, so you'll be able to see that. I just didn't want to post the entire thing since 4 minutes. I don't want to have this video be extremely long for that, so let's put it down below. Now we're going to hop over and talk about the Clash Claymores and the deployable shields being removed. So right now there's a lot of glitching going around using the defenders, well, any defender with a shield and Clash. Currently Clash is able to shoot through your shield. I'm not going to disclose how the glitch is done because I don't want to spread it like wildfire. But yeah, Clash can shoot through your shield basically, and any operator with a shield can become basically OG Blackbeard. And the IQ is able to become invisible. So what they're doing is they're basically quarantining Clash, Claymores, and deployable shields. I'm assuming until the end of the season, so after the year 4 season 2 starts, that's when everything's gonna get re-implemented. Only bad thing is, this was all like very unfortunate timing because, you know, Ubi's trying to get the new season out and you have all these people abusing all these glitches, and I know everyone's gonna say, well, the glitches shouldn't be there in the first place, but if the glitches are there, you don't have to use them, but everyone just wants an excuse to win and get elo, so whatever. But no, I guess people will find any reason. But yeah, those are getting quarantined until then. And then we'll talk about the new shield system that's coming up right now, like I was explaining earlier with Warden. So what the article says is the prototype presented during the 6 Invitational is rather convincing during our internal test. These shields will now align perfectly with door frames. Black mirror slits have been replaced by regular bulletproof glass, thus giving the opportunity for attackers to spot defenders hiding behind the new shield. There is still some polishing to do. We will tell you more about these shields when we are ready. So pretty much these shields are kind of like Mira like little black mirrors, as you can see the slits going down the middle, and the it's kind of awkward, honestly. But yeah, so they're not exactly like black mirrors, like you can see through them, but they are bulletproof. So pretty much now, if you're hiding behind a shield, you don't have to turn it out to know if someone's there. Like, you will be seen through it from the front, but you can also see them. That's why I'm saying this shield would work really well with Warden, because if you can just kind of plant this anywhere and just sit there behind that shield and basically not be contested unless by like a cap tower or any frag grenades, you should be pretty okay to stop plants because you're sitting perfectly still, looking through the little cracks. The only thing that's kind of weird is that they're making it line up perfectly with door frames, which is kind of annoying because there's a lot of really good pixel angles you can get with the current shields. So that's probably going to be something I miss, but I guess it's a change for the better because I also die that a lot. But no, I guess it's just like you hate to see old things go. Talking about old things going, they are implementing a new rank system, which is sort of like Pro League. I'll pull it up on the screen right now. So it says new ranked experience. Following the success of the Road to 6 Invitational event, changes have been made to the ranked playlist. Pick and ban and 3-round rotations are now integrated, and Bomb is the only ranked game mode. I'm not 100% sure about how true that is. I mean, it would make sense because I've tried queuing secure area games. I just cannot seem to do it. So I guess it makes sense for that to only be ranked. Now, I don't know how that's going to work out because I know a lot of people like playing secure area. But, I mean, if it happens, it happens. There's not a whole lot we can do. I don't really mind because I only play Bomb anyway. Pick and ban is finally coming, so now you can fight with your teammates about if you guys should ban Lion or Blitz or not. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm not honestly excited for that. And then 3-round rotations are now integrated, which is another thing I'm not excited about because not every map is completely balanced on both sides. So if you end up, like, I would not be very happy if I had attacked somewhere like, Cafe for the first 3 times, or even defend it, because then you have to end up going downstairs. So I guess it comes with its goods and its bads. You gotta take everything like that. This is also just a leak, so this might not even be true completely yet, but I guess this is what we're working with. So if it's true, it's true. We got a new rank system. If it's not, it's not. But other than that, I just missed like 1 or 2 small little things. Like, they're talking about fixing ballistic shields. They're adding more muzzle brakes and barrel attachments to the Deagle. Other than that, not much else is changing. That's about everything for the season. So now we have Knock coming, we have Warden, the Glass rework, the Cafe rework, the potential ranked playlist rework, and the shield rework, and all the glitches and quarantines. That's going to wrap it up for this video. It's been about 13 minutes, so sorry it took so long. Thanks for coming by and stopping and watching. I plan on doing more videos like this. My next video, that's going to end up being like voiceover. It's probably going to be my opinion on shields and how they need to be nerfed, because shields do definitely need to be nerfed, which they also address, which I'm happy to see. But I'll catch you guys in my next video, so take it easy, and I'll catch you then.